Hi, Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your Halloween Samhain reading for you. Now, I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It helps this channel out immensely, so thank you so very much for doing so. And if you're interested in entering to receive a reading, put a pumpkin in the comment box. I will be announcing who will receive this reading in another video. So don't be fooled by anybody if they contact you and say, hooray, or anything like that. It's not me. Do not be scammed. I'm also being very careful with my words so that scammers do not come. So just be aware that I will be announcing whoever is to receive this reading in another video. So if you are interested in any of the cards that I'm using, they will all be listed in the description box below. And if you're interested in a private reading, a private personalized meditation, or a healing, check out my website, daneharttarot.com. Now, before we begin this reading, let us clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. This cleanse and meditation will be accompanied by a loud sound. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from the body like storm clouds, letting yourself feel calm, centered, and at peace as we enter into this safe and loving space. So let's see what the tarot has to say. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Okay. Okay, there we go. Just a few cards. All right, Cancer. Can you see it all? I hope so. So very strong air sign energy is coming through Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. If you're born on the cusp with Gemini, that's going to be very, very strong. All right, that part of your personality is going to be very strong. There's also a sense of the nurturing side of you, okay? Embracing the nurturing side of really declaring your kind of like authority of self and what you desire. That's going to be harder for us to do during this time, Cancer, than simply saying, kind of like, because I said so. So just be aware of this during this time, that there's a power to ourselves, but we're not nurturing that power within ourselves. So we can sit there and go forward and be like, okay, confident. We can appear very confident, very determined, very focused. People will look at us and be like, oh my gosh, awesome, absolutely awesome. Life goals right there. You're living them. But inside, we're really questioning ourselves, questioning what we want, questioning what we desire, and also really wondering if we'll ever get what we're wishing for, what we deeply wish for. So just be aware of this during this time. Let's see what Spirit has to say. Angels and Spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels. Here we have devoted. What are you devoted to? It's not who are you devoted to. And it's not even what are you devoted to like externally. It's what are you devoted to in your life for yourself, Cancer. What is it that's super important to you? It might just be to you, you know, and it can be dancing, it can be singing, it can be, I am devoted to planting my flowers in my garden. Things that people might think, oh, that's so small, or oh, that's so silly. But it's not. It's so important to your soul and yourself. And that's what Spirit is asking. What are your devotions? What are the intrinsically important things for you in your life? And letting them shine just openly and powerfully. Let's see the energy we need to be mindful of during this time. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Here we have the Death card. Now, this is Scorpio energy. We're in Scorpio time period. So we might need to be mindful that this time period has the veil between the waking world and the spirit world very, very thin. There's a reason why Halloween, Samhain, Day of the Dead are all in this time period. It's what Scorpio is good at, the veil between the waking world and the spirit world being thin. And we can be very overwhelmed by that. We can be very overwhelmed by spirit. We can be very overwhelmed by our angels, our spirit guides, but also about the way we can walk between worlds, the way that we can embrace what we desire and what we want and connect with those on the other side. Always making sure that we come from a place of love and light, because that's important too. Darkness can kind of beget more darkness. So just be aware of this during this time. Also, we're going through transformation, a dying away of the old self, a rebirth of the new. And that can be a bit challenging. We can be resisting that a bit. We are crowned by justice. This is Libra time frame, September 23rd to October 22nd. Something that happened in that time frame can be very important to us. There's justice, there's balance, there's a sense of, am I falling into harmony with what I want and what I need and where I need to be for me? How is the door opening to what I desire in my life? But there's also a sense of balance. Justice can be very important to us. We can see things as very black and white, and yet it's not necessarily black and white. It's not necessarily going to be that way. White page, black print, everything's super crystal clear. And that's going to be something we can find a bit struggling, during this time. So just be aware of this. Things are coming into balance and we are starting to see what we need to harmonize us. Now we then move to the Seven of Swords. The Seven of Swords is a lie, okay? So a lie is coming forward. And what is that lie? What is that lie that has been holding us back? We're not fully releasing it. And this can be something that we need to work through. The lie can also be a fear that we have. What is that fear? What is the upset or the chaos in our lives? How do we need to move forward for us? And what is it that we desire? This is going to be a time where we can connect with our angels and our spirit guides and just have the doors blown wide open. It's like, oh my gosh, I never knew this, or I never saw this, or I never looked at it quite like that before. But we're going to be seeing something here that was based in a lie that was holding us back. It moves us to the nine of, no, not the nine, the eight of swords. And that has trapped us in our own mind. That lie, okay, doubt, fear, has trapped us in our mind. The Eight of Swords is reversed, so we're starting to release it. We're starting to say, nope, I don't want this. We're coming out of kind of being caged in by our thoughts, overthinking, overanalyzing, being really harsh on ourselves mentally and even spiritually. So just being aware of this. We're setting ourselves free. We're going to have like kind of the weight of our world is starting to be released from our shoulders. And that weight of the world had really had us thinking, I cannot achieve my dreams. I cannot achieve what I desire and what I want and what I love within my life. The star reverse. Now, this is an Aquarius energy as well. And Aquarius time frame is January 20th to February 18th. There is a sense here of releasing what I have been afraid to wish for. And this is our soul's wish. So it can even be for a lot of us Cancers that we weren't living in alignment with our soul's wish and our outward wishes for life. They weren't necessarily lining up. So here, there is a release of, I'm not being heard by the universe, seen by divinity. I don't get to move forward in what I deeply desire. And Spirit's like, why do you believe that lie? And it's time to release. We might not get what we wanted on this earth exactly in the way that we had said it to ourselves when we were 12 years old. And that's okay. We had a limited way of looking at things, feeling things, understanding things. And now our world is opening up. And we are opening up. So even if you're going to sit there and say, oh, Dane, I can't have that because I'm too XYZ, it's like, okay, as long as you come from a place of love, light, and nurturing. The root of that soul's desire can be met and will be seen. And this is where the Queen of Swords reverse comes into play because this is the energy of, of being really harsh, of being really blunt. We can sit there and say, okay, I'm just a straight talker, I'm just going to say it like it is. And there's a time and the place for that, most definitely. But there's also something to being cruel to ourselves that needs to be acknowledged. We're going to be able to, and very much nurture, being successful, going out, being prosperous, getting things done, right? Saying what needs to be said. But to ourselves, we can be a bit cruel or very cruel. We can be manipulative. There are also people around us who can twist things, you know, and make it really hurtful. And there's a sense here of I'm releasing. I'm releasing what I really don't want anymore in my life at all. I don't have time for this. I don't need this. And I am moving forward in my beauty and my prosperity, because the Queen of Swords in the upright position, yes, she says it how it is. She does. But she also sits there and says, look at what you fought for. Look at who you are. Look at everything that you've achieved in your life. Why do you keep on thinking you can't? Because that's this reversed. Not look that you've overcome hard times, but look that you've been through hard times. And shouldn't it be easy? No. No. Here's the thing. Life is a really good story, right? And in a story, in a movie, however it is set up, you have to overcome. You just do. And that's what life is. Life is about us overcoming and becoming us and becoming fiercely proud and in love with who we are. And it moves us to the Nine of Swords reversed. We are moving out of being caged, of being in a battle that is just absolutely exhausting. And once we're out of that battle, we can sit there and be like, oh gosh, what the heck now type of thing, because we've been there for so long. But we're releasing being in this battle, and it's with our own mind. And it brings us to the King of Lightning. Now, we can be very, very good at following others' instructions, which isn't saying that we're weak or anything like that. I don't want you to think that. But it could be like, as long as I see it, like as long as there's a rules, I can follow it. I can move forward that way. But there's also a sense here of I'm really good at getting things done, of going after what needs to be done, of shining the light in situations, of, achieving and succeeding and being really good at things. And that's great. But we also need to connect with ourselves emotionally, because this is a soulmate connection. You have the King of Lightning, the King of Swords, and the Queen of Swords. Okay? But the Queen of Swords is reversed. So if you're looking for love, it's going to be like ships in the night. You'll be like, wow. When you find each other, you'll be like, wow, we were here at this time, and we were there at this time, and we should have met, or I can't believe we didn't, meet. And it's because it wasn't quite time yet. Until we start to love ourselves and our voice and what we desire in our lives, we're going to feel like there's something missing and I'm not enough. And Spirit's like, oh no, that's not true. That's not true. We can also, again, be having difficulty with an Aquarius energy, so just be aware of that. And the magician here, Cancer, is standing before the altar of your existence and saying, this is me. This is me. And claiming your gifts, even if they don't look like everybody else's gifts. I was just watching something, and it said that we slowly are starting to morph into each other, as we all get our faces to look the same and do this and do that, and we lose our individuality. And you know what? That really struck me. That really struck a chord with me. Because as somebody who's always been different and tried to fit in and couldn't figure out why, and it was like there was a part of me that wasn't willing to lose my individuality. And with the magician standing before the altar of your existence and claiming our gifts and saying, okay, it might look different than other people's gifts, but this is who I am, is claiming our individuality and saying, this is me, and being darn proud of it. Be darn proud of who you are, Cancer. Claim your gifts, claim what you desire, and live in brilliance. We all aren't going to have mansions and fancy cars. That's okay. But we all do have the right to be happy and powerful within our own selves, within our own souls. And that's what the magician does. It embraces our individual magic and does so out loud, publicly, and proudly. Our subconscious energy to be mindful of, which is where I'm headed, is the Nine of Pentacles reversed. This is not living in the moment. It isn't. It's living in yesterday. It's living in the future. But Spirit is saying, be very, very mindful that we can have a really hard time right now when the veil is the thinnest between worlds, when we can be getting so much information, that living in the moment can seem ridiculous. And it's not. It's the most beautiful gift we can give to ourselves, to be in the present. Our subconscious spirit message is celestial. Understand, okay? Cancer, you are ruled by the moon. You are affected by the celestial movements more than you know. Accepting that and connecting with that is super, super, super important for you. That the stars, the planets, the moon, the alignment of the sun, Samhain, right? Halloween, it affects you. And being aware of that is just going to be something that's very empowering for you. It'll answer certain questions that you're like, I don't understand why. And it's like, it's celestial. And it's like, oh, solar flares affect me. The changing face of the moon affects me. The tides affect me. Oh, I get it. I am part of the earth. Our subconscious tarot message is the Hangman. Subconsciously, we're seeing things very differently. And we can be questioning ourselves because of that. But as we see things differently, accept it, embrace it, and move forward with that knowledge. Okay. All right, Cancer. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Don't forget to put a pumpkin in the comment box if you want to. And now let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we embrace the power, intensity, and beauty of this time and of ourselves. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony. Cancer, may blessings and prosperity always be with you. I love you all. God bless. And have a blessed Halloween and Samhain. Have a lot of fun, guys. Bye.